What's up, friends? Welcome to SPDM TV. My name is Mike, part of the SPDM crew, and I watch a lot of TV. We talk about various TV topics, reviews, and general appreciation of TV past and new. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and Serialized at MLHilty2452 to see what all I'm watching. This week, we're going to be talking about canceled shows because there was a report that came out about 7 hours from when I recorded this that the show on Hulu called Mid-Century Modern, which stars Nathan Lane, Matthew Bomber, and Nathan Lee Graham, has been canceled. And that kind of broke my heart a little bit simply because I enjoyed that show quite a bit. I am a little confused about why it didn't get or didn't generate more buzz than it did, but at the end of the day as well, this just follows a pretty consistent trend in the streaming war era or the streaming era where shows are not even given a chance to thrive most of the time. And like most of the time these shows, they're given like a couple seasons to like try it out, but we're seeing a string of so many shows that are canceled after 1 year. And like it's not just Hulu, it's not just Disney, it's also like Netflix is perhaps the biggest proponent of something like this, where they will cancel a show after 1 year and they'll just move on to like the tons of other ones that have come out. So I'm going to go through some shows recently that kind of broke my heart a little bit when some of these shows were canceled. So let's see. So I'm just going through this list now with some shows that. So for example, there is two shows that got canceled after only two seasons. So based on a true story on Peacock that starred Kaylee Cuoco and Bookie on HBO Max. Both of those shows were canceled after 2 years. Both those shows were funny. Both those shows were, a lot of fun, and I really like them. Let's see. So another show on HBO that got canceled after one season is The Franchise, and I feel like The Franchise is what the studio was supposed to be, but Apple came out and they did a really good job with the studio, and then the franchise just didn't do it. Good Omens was supposed to have a third season, but they're going to reduce it down to a 90-minute special, which sucks because I really love Good Omens a lot, but here we are. Mo on Netflix was canceled after two seasons, and it really, I feel like if there's a show that like maybe you shouldn't cancel in the situation like this in the current climate right now, it's probably this one. So if they ever were to bring that back, I would love it. I would love it. Hulu and FX, they canceled The Old Man after two seasons. I'm not even sure why it got a second season because I feel like you could have wrapped that up after one season, but cool. At least there's that. The Recruit on Netflix only lasted two seasons as well. The Sandman was canceled after two seasons, which that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Somebody Somewhere and the Sex Lives of College Girls, which one of them was on HBO, one was on HBO Max, both canceled after three seasons. So, in addition to some of the shows that I laid out, here's some shows that were canceled after one season that have recently come out. So, starting with The Acolyte on Disney Plus, feel like this got way overhated, even though the show was a bit of a mess. But that doesn't change the fact that a big reason why this got canceled is because the fans didn't like it as much. My Lady Jane on Amazon. That's another one that got canceled after 1 year, and that really bums me out because I really liked My Lady Jane. On Netflix, Dead Boy Detectives was canceled after one season, which that also broke my heart a little bit because I really liked it. Another one that I thought was going to get more seasons, but alas, it only got one, was Archive 81 on Netflix. Then one that I was kind of bummed out that Hulu decided to cancel it was Kindred. in 2022. It kind of ended at a place where I was like, I want to see more of this, but that's not what happened. Reboot on Hulu. It's the one with Johnny Knoxville and Judy Greer. Bummed that that one got canceled because I feel like there was a lot more story to tell with that. A League of Their Own, the TV show, which probably one of the most unnecessary TV shows of all time, but that doesn't change the fact that I actually really enjoyed it and it had a lot to say. Canceled after one season on Amazon. There's a reboot. We even got shows like Grease, Rise of the Pink Ladies, which I'm not sure I would have greenlit to begin with, but hey, it was still there. Any other shows? So even shows like Vinyl on HBO in 2016. Was it great? No, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. Minx was supposed to be a one and done season, and then it got renewed for a season two, and thankfully Stars saved it, but maybe they should have kept it canceled because it unfortunately wasn't very good in season two. Let's see. So this year's some shows that have been canceled after one, have been canceled. Dexter Original Sin got canceled after one season. Goosebumps got canceled after two seasons, which not exactly sure what they were thinking with that, but hey, it is what it is. The Residents and Pulse, both on Netflix. I think Pulse got swallowed up because The Pit did so well, and there's absolutely no reason why The Residents should have been canceled after one season because it was pretty great. Amazon should continue to cancel all these Citadel spinoffs because that show sucks. So yeah, that show can eat it. The Wheel of Time got canceled after three seasons, and Etoile, I think I'm saying that right, after just one season, which bummed me out a lot. Let's see, canceled Doctor Odyssey after one season. Orphan Black Echoes, which I thought was fine. They canceled that after one season. Mythic Quest was canceled after four seasons, but that show had been on. That show probably should have been canceled a while. Yeah. Chaos, that's another one that kind of broke my heart on Netflix because I really enjoyed it. Duster, that was one that got canceled after one season, and didn't like that. Happy Face, that's a show about a serial killer on Paramount Plus, canceled after one season. Teacup, Hysteria, Mr. Throwback, Laid, all of these got canceled on Peacock, which is too bad because I enjoyed Laid, but I didn't enjoy the other ones. So there is that. Cruel Intentions got canceled after one season. It should have been, that's one that it never should have happened. The Bondsman on Amazon, that's another one that got canceled that I was not a huge fan of. Them canceling it overall, it was a pretty enjoyable show. But anyways, all of this to say, there are plenty of examples of TV shows that, hey, if they would have been given a little bit more of a chance, maybe they could have found their audience. But these streaming services, they pull some of these shows way too quickly before an audience can be found for them. So, all of this to say, streaming services, I know you're clearly listening to me, but give your shows more of an opportunity to thrive, and maybe instead of greenlighting a bunch of stuff and hoping that spaghetti sticks to the wall, maybe you should care a little bit more about making better content. There, I said it. But what are some of your shows that were canceled recently that broke your heart? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of SPDM TV. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky Crew. Shout out to High Flyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at highflyercreative.com. Check out the other shows on our network. We've got a lot of great content and really proud of the work that everyone's doing. So please check out the other shows on our network. And finally, if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.